tutorial on how to create fur material for one of your objects. I have a simple sphere primitive here in the viewport, and what we're going to do is look for the fur material up here in the upper pull down menu. If you don't see fur, you'll need to go to the Windows Settings, Preferences, Plugin Manager, and scroll around kind of toward the top and look for the fur.bundle. Load both those. And remember, if you want to use the Maya tracer, we need to go down to the Maya TOMR bundle and load that up. So I'm going to close this out, and what we want to do is create what is called a fur description to your objects. And you go down to the fur description here in this pull down menu and look for create unattached. So once we create that, it puts in under the attach fur description. We don't want new, but we want the fur description here. So once I click that, it will apply the fur to this sphere. However, we don't see it in this viewport, and we won't see it in your textured icon here on this shelf. The only way you're going to see the fur is in the final rendering. So if we go to the settings and make sure that we're set to mental ray and close that out, we can go in to the render port and actually render that out. Now, what you need to do next is, once you have the attachment, you'll look over in the attribute editor here, and there'll be another tab for this specific object called fur description, and there's really nothing specific applied to it yet. There are numbers that we can work with and apply some kind of fur, but if you want something as a preset, let's click on the presets. You'll see there's several, like bear, bison, all kinds, and I'm just going to select bear as the example. So I'm going to go bear. You probably don't see this, but it's replace, and once you do bear replace, there will be other attributes now that will show up for this sphere. Color, you've got the length of the fur, you've got base width and tip width of the hair. So you can change several of these attributes to kind of get the look that you want for the object that you've created. But just remember, when you go to the fur, attach the fur description, a new tab should show up for your object called fur description 1, and this is where you'll change all the attributes for the preset material that you added to your object. Now if we go to the render view and I click on render, it's going to take a while because there's a lot involved in rendering an object with this type of material on it. So you can see that the hair is nice and short on this one. However, if you needed to lengthen it, you would go back under the fur description for your object and change out the length of your material.